Steve Bannon says bye-bye to Breitbart. Steve Bannon is stepping down as executive chairman of Breitbart News. It's been a roller coaster ride for former Breitbart head to former chief strategist to President Staple Genius, back once again to former Breitbart head. Things were all sunshine and rainbows for the former kingmaker until fire and fury was unleashed across bookshelves after the most consensual president of our times gave it the old Streisand treatment. In the book, Trump comes off like really smart, with Bannon having nothing but praise for Team Drumpf. Conservative mega donor and minority Breitbart owner Rebecca Mercer was less than pleased, but especially with Bannon's lukewarm apology, which he took 5 days to issue. SiriusXM was also serious when they axed its relationship with Bannon. What's next for Bannon? Maybe he should join forces with good old Alex Jones and jump on the conspiracy wagon. We're still the best country ever. Critics are calling for a virtual Trump wall. As construction of Trump's prototype border fences continues down in San Diego, critics are calling for other options. Texas Sheriff Martin Queller believes a virtual wall at the U.S.-Mexico border would be more effective than a physical wall. Queller says building an actual wall would have to overcome environmental issues and deal with the abundance of privately owned land along the border. The sheriff has been looking for $92 million in funding over 5 years for a virtual wall that uses technology and agents on the ground as an alternative to the wall. His proposed virtual wall would extend around 300 miles from Starr County to Del Rio. Cost estimates for Trump's border wall range from $21 billion to $40 billion. Trump has repeatedly promised Mexico will pay for his wall. Sure they will.
Donald Trump's new ride is about to arrive in Washington. Final tests are being made on an update to Cadillac One, the president's official vehicle, better known as the Beast. The new Beast weighs in at 8 tons and has 8-inch thick steel doors that are sealed to block out chemical attacks. Just in case, though, the limo is also fitted with an oxygen system. Armor-piercing bullets and even a .44 Magnum are no match for the Beast's bulletproof windshield and 5-inch thick military-grade bodywork. The underside of the Beast is reinforced with a steel plate to protect against roadside bombs, and the fuel tank is armor-plated to make it explosive-proof. Shotguns are kept on board the vehicle, but the only window that can open is the driver's, and that's only by 3 inches. So maybe there's a few secrets we don't know. The Beast also has Kevlar tires that run even if they're flat, and the vehicle is fitted with a tear gas cannon to disperse potential angry crowds. The Beast cost about $1.5 million to build and is part of a fleet of 12 vehicles designed to protect the president. President Trump's new ride was supposed to be ready for his inauguration in January, but for some reason it wasn't. However, the Beast is now just waiting final approval and should be ready to be deployed later this month.
Shh, don't tell Trump. As the world collectively shakes its head in utter disappointment, Tropicana and Kim Jong-fatty continue to compare the size of their buttons. The thing is, the U.S. doesn't actually have a button. The president travels at all times with a mid-level officer who carries the Presidential Emergency Satchel, also called the football. Inside the satchel is a black book with a list of strike options, a 3x5-inch card with presidential authentication codes to confirm his or her identity, a list of secure presidential bunkers, and instructions for using the emergency broadcast system. If the president decides to go nuclear, he consults his advisors on what contingency plans to activate from the black book. Next, the president's identity is confirmed to strategic nuclear forces by reading a code off the 3x5-inch card known as the biscuit. The president's orders are then passed down the chain of command to U.S. bomber, missile, and submarine crews around the world. The system is made to be fast, but also has measures in place to mitigate impulsiveness. The world can now be rest assured because Sunny D is probably the least impulsive person on the planet. Let's be real. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Cards Against Humanity buys land to block Trump wall. Cards Against Humanity announced that it has purchased land on the U.S.-Mexico border to obstruct Trump from building his border wall. The Chicago card game company said on its website it was part of a holiday promotion whereby you give them $15 and get 6 surprise gifts that will help save America. The company said, "We've purchased a plot of vacant land on the border and retained a law firm specializing in eminent domain to make it as time-consuming and expensive as possible for the wall to get built." It was sold out on Wednesday morning, only a few hours after the program was launched. Cards Against Humanity says it's trying to save America from injustice, lies, racism, the whole enchilada. Come on, do we really need to be saved from Mexican food? The company hasn't said where the plot is located, but their entertaining YouTube video shows wild horses galloping across an open prairie. Good enough for us.